next one on my radar, guys, is Ghetts Double Standards feat Sampha. He dropped the song for this on Friday, but we had the MOBO Awards 2 days ago. If you're from the UK, by the time I drop this, it wouldn't be 2 days. I don't know when I'm dropping this, but if you're from the UK, then you know what the MOBO Awards is. If you're not from the UK, the MOBO Awards is like an award show that we have here to highlight artists and give them awards. Basically like BET Awards or Brit Awards or whatever you might know of. But it's a music award show that highlights, our peoples. We do have international ones as well, I think. But yeah, MOBOs has been going for a long time. And it's basically just a music award show. So instead of reviewing the actual song, I want to review Ghetts' performance because it's absolutely phenomenal. And what he's saying, it's just a whole top tier vibe. So he's dropped this, he's been dropping, I just reviewed Tumbi, you can check that out. King's Speech, the people keep asking, it's coming. I'll probably drop it after this or before this, I don't know, but King's Speech is on the way. So those of you commenting, telling me, where is it? It's coming. But yeah, he's been dropping singles ahead of his album release, which he's given us a date. It's dropping at the end of February. Looking forward to that. So far, it's looking very versatile with the type of music he's got on there. We've got very serious songs touching on some serious political subjects. We're going to get into it. Tumbi being more vibesy, more fun, easy flowing, catchy. And then we've got like King's Speech, again, very political, touching on some important things. Then we have the other one, I always forget the name. So yeah, we're getting a variety from Ghetts and the album's looking great. So let's get into Double Standards live performance. Stunning.
Look around the world, all I see is double standards. A mum naming a son, Muhammad is a madness. Jack's in the airport with drugs in his baggage and security are troubling Muhammad about a sandwich.
He wasted no time on this track. He already said, listen, this is what I'm going to talk about. He did not waste a bar in this song. And I'm just going to let you know that right now. Yeah, you heard what he said. He's talking about Jack carrying hella drugs in his bag, but they're hassling Muhammad because his name's Muhammad for a sandwich. Like, it's that deep. It's that deep and it's that real. It's that real. That's 16 seconds in. 16 seconds in, guys.
Look around the world, all I see is double standards. A mum naming a son, Muhammad is a madness. Jack's in the airport with drugs in his baggage and security are troubling Muhammad about a sandwich. I was talking to a pal of mine. He asked me why they helping Ukraine and not Palestine. And I replied, brown skin. We were so whitewashed.
Why they're not helping Palestine? And he replied, brown skin. Just like, free Palestine, man, each and every day. Like, guys, you need to keep your ears peeled for this. Should I even put captions on for you? Just keep your ears peeled to what's going on.
Laughing at names, we had problems pronouncing. Kwame said his name was Jerome, and it's from the Caribbean, just so problems pronouncing. Kwame, I was talking to a pal of mine. He asked me why they helping Ukraine and not Palestine, and I replied, brown skin. We were so whitewashed, laughing at names, we had problems pronouncing.
We were so whitewashed, laughing at names we had problems pronouncing. He's not telling no joke. If you're not from... It might happen where you are, but in the UK, I can only speak for us UK people. At school, when we were younger, like, he's going to probably say it in his bars as well. The African kids at school, their names, you couldn't pronounce them. Or anyone's name we couldn't pronounce. The names, when they weren't your typical, easy to pronounce names, they were laughed at school. And people would change their names. Africans at school would say they're Jamaican. They wouldn't say they were African back then, but now how the tables are turned, we've got Afrobeats, everyone using their government names, their beautiful, amazing tribe names. Like, there's so much in that culture. It's so beautiful, but we didn't know any better when we were younger. But this is what happened in schools across the UK and wherever else. Like, this is what was going on. So he's touching on that now.
Black, brown skin, we were so whitewashed, laughing at names we had problems pronouncing. Kwame said his name was Jerome, and it's from the Caribbean, just so people would leave him alone. And I remember it was fufu and voodoo jokes, until he found the same thing that gave the Zulus hope. Sarah's dad hates blacks, but her baby's mixed race. And all he's thinking is she may have been raped. Imagine being light-skinned, but granddad's racist, and every time you're there, you hear an African statement.
I think the clarity's there. The clarity is very much so there. You can hear every bar that he's saying. You can understand everything that he's saying. He's touching on some serious things. And I would advise you to go outside this review and just put this song on and listen to it in your headphones, speaker, car, wherever you need to listen to it. And just listen to it without the pauses. Just listen to how deep this is. I don't even want to keep pausing it. I just want you guys to hear it. But go and do that in your own time and just how deep Ghetts has gone on this one. But he's been able to touch on these subjects, construct it in a way where he makes it into a amazing song, and it's understandable, it's very digestible, and you can hear everything he's seen. It's just so deep, like the level that you have to be at, the lyricist you have to be, the thinker you have to be, the person you have to be, the beliefs that you have to be able to put something like this out into the world with no fear about what anyone's gonna say. It's top tier business, and this is why I always say Ghetts is my top 2. Don't play around with Ghetts.
Look around the world, all I see is double standards. Even Mark Zuckerberg covers up his cameras. Steve Jobs never let his kids use an iPad.
Listen. When I heard this bit, I said, yeah, instant wheel up, because you always hear about what Mark Zuckerberg does, like what he's created, he doesn't let his kids have. What Steve Jobs has created, he doesn't let his kids have. But yet they all want us with our brains programmed, doing all of this, doing all of that, watching all of this, and being brainwashed by all the products that they're giving to us. They know it's no good. Yeah. Ghetts. We're going back, and I'm going to just let it run.
And he asked me why they helping Ukraine and not Palestine. And I replied, brown skin. We were so whitewashed, laughing at names we had problems pronouncing. Kwame said his name was Jerome, and he's from the Caribbean, just so people would leave him alone. And I remember it was fufu and voodoo jokes, until he found the same thing that gave the Zulus hope. Sarah's dad hates blacks, but her baby's mixed race. And all he's thinking is she may have been raped. Imagine being light-skinned, but granddad's racist. And every time you're there, you hear an African statement. Look around the world, all I see is double standards. Even Mark Zuckerberg covers up his cameras. Steve Jobs never let his kids use an iPad. And my kids think that I am bad. Mad. Lai had no TV until she was a grown-up. I used to think, what the... When she told us, the government have got us in a chokehold. A hero if I killed for my country, and a villain if I killed for my postcode. Only...
The government's got us in a chokehold, yeah? A hero if he kills for his country, but a villain if he kills for his postcode. Listen to the bars in the place right now. Just listen. Listen to what he's touching on. This is so poetic. This is a musical poem. Like, it's just so deep. I wish I was there to witness this live. I'm going to go to his concert and witness this live. This is just too real. I'm not ever going to get enough of this performance. It's just amazing.
Fighting for my freedom if it comes to it. You gotta use your brain before you put a gun to his. I had to lose my way before I understood the trip. The good die young.
Wait, did he say I had to lose the weight or way? Let me check that again.
No villain if I kill for my postcode. Only fighting for my freedom if it comes to it. You gotta use your brain before you put a gun to his. I had to lose my way before I understood the trip. The good die young.
So I had to lose my way before I understood the trip. Okay, got it.
Cemeteries full of shoulda-beens. These days, I'm there more and saying less. What's war? War's rich white men playing chess. What for? It's all about the land.
Listen to the play. Listen to how he's just flowing. What's war? Rich white men playing chess. Like, da, 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 da. The flows, like, just... Okay, one more time.
If it comes to it, you gotta use your brain before you put a gun to his. I had to lose my way before I understood the trip. The good die young. The cemeteries full of shoulda-beens. These days, I'm there more and saying less. What's war? War's rich white men playing chess. What for? It's all about the land they finesse. God made man and then man made a mess. Yes.
It's all about the land they finesse. God made man and then man made a mess. We've finished the earth. We've finished it. Humans have mashed up the place and ain't making it any better. The world, the state is just getting worse and worse. And we're all blind to it because of these devices that we're using, that they've plugged in us in our brains. And it's just getting worse. It's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And if you don't already know, maybe you should wake the F up. Because we're doomed.
Structural imbalance, falling double standards. I fell on my face, hands in the rubble, people walking over me. I was one of them and kept walking away. I kept walking away,
Sampha on the beat. Sampha's vocals are always soothing to the soul. Sampha always provides. Sampha never misses. It always hits. And he is just a gift to the UK, to everyone around the world. But I'm glad he's on our soil. And yeah, he's just great at what he does, very unique. You know it's Sampha when you hear those vocals.
I kept walking away, I kept walking away.
They're giving brothers life sentences for drugs, while the paedophile will probably get less than 20 months.
You heard what he said. I don't even need to repeat it, but yeah, that's facts. This is what's going on in the world right now, and it's not gonna stop. It's just a mess. The whole system's backwards, and it's getting too political right now. Anyway, blessed and highly favored. Look at that. That's my thing. That is what I always say. Blessed and highly favored. Yeah, and look at that one there. Can't fold. The kids are watching. This is too good. This is a phenomenal performance, you know. This is actually needs to go down as one of the best performances today. Like, for real. Like, this is breathtaking.
They're giving brothers life sentences for drugs, while the paedophile will probably get less than 20 months. In the same court, same date, same judge. We only break the law because the law tries to break us. So how am I meant to be corrected when they put my name and address in the papers, but a child molester's identity's protected?
What?
Is anyone addressing these failures?
Come on.
I just spoke to my mama, man. She said police just killed another unknown man. Everyone complains, but nobody want go back home and come like we don't love our land.
Hey. Yo, I just keep saying it, but he's touching on some serious things that make people have to sit down and think about what's going on right now in the real world. Like, and these are the things that people don't want to do when they listen to music. Like, you know, I always say, you get the people that say, oh, J. Cole's too conscious and he's all of that, and all, because people listen to music for escapism. But do you know how much things he just touched on in this song? And we're only 2 minutes and 34 seconds in. He's wheeled off a lot of stuff to do with life, and I just can't even find the words to just go through what he's just been saying right now. These are his bars, you know, like, it's crazy. Like, just go back to this bar about going back home, because
Another unknown man. Everyone complains, but nobody want go back home and come like we don't love our land.
Everybody complains. Come on. All us British people do is, I don't even like saying that, but all we do is complain. We complain about the weather, we complain about inflation, we complain about what the government's doing, we complain, but nobody's putting the building blocks and the steps in place, especially if you don't have that foundation set back home. Unfortunately, you know, the link got broken somewhere in between, like great-grandparents, grandparents, people not going back, people passing away, family moving to another part of the country or whatever. That's kind of how it is for me. So it might be like that for a lot of people, but those that do have that foundation, or maybe have that parent that goes back and they live the dual life, like they do 6 months here, 6 months there, like, take that opportunity and get your ass home. Like, get your ass home. This here is not home. It's not home. It's just where we were born and where we were grown up, if you were born like in this country or whichever Western country you might have been born in, that is not back home. Go home and set your foundations, yeah, because your future kids, their future kids need to know what the real is and where they need to be going, like, if shit hits the fan, because we know how we feel here. We know how we're made to feel when we're here. It's never going to end.
Everyone's in garden in December. Come back home and start complaining about the weather.
When he said that as well, yeah, for those that don't understand or don't know yet, when he said everybody's in Ghana in December, but come back home and start complaining about the weather, I don't know how long it's been going for, but it's only just come on my radar in the past couple of years that everybody goes back to Ghana, Dirty December, they call it, and people go back to Nigeria and go back to Ghana. It's at its peak. Like, it's expensive to go now because people go out there to party for a few days. There's so many events that go over there. So many people, like half the UK is out of the country during December and they're having a time of their life, basically. So yeah, it's just, they go back for that short time between Christmas, December and New Year's, come back, we're back in the winter, it's freezing as hell and the weather's not good and we're not in bikinis, we're not in trunks, we're not even sliders without socks, or, you know, our sun hat, sunglasses at our best, feeling our best. It's just back home to this English weather and it's high ass bills.
Raheem can score 100 goals, but when he misses a penalty, it's monkey jokes.
This is the crowd.
And they got everybody clapping for the
Yeah, just one more time. Serious.
Raheem can score 100 goals.
Yeah.
Come back home and start complaining about the weather. Raheem can score 100 goals, but when he misses a penalty, it's monkey jokes.
Just pisses me off. Raheem can score 100 goals. 100 goals, but when he misses a penalty, it's monkey jokes. Yeah, self-explanatory. I don't know if you've watched football, and if you don't know who Raheem is, Raheem Sterling is a football player for England and a couple other teams, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I know he plays for England in season or whatever. Don't know where his actual home team, what his home team is. But yeah, if you watch football, then you know. You might not know, but as soon as the black guys miss a penalty, the racism comes out and it doesn't get spoken about. So yeah, anytime a black person misses a goal in football or something, they get the blame for everything, and they get the jokes, and they get the racist this and that. And do you know what? I'm not even going to dive into it because it speaks for itself, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. That whole racism thing is just dumb, but it's not a topic for another day. It is what it is.
And they got everybody clapping for the NHS, but they don't want to put no cash into the NHS. Soon it's gonna be what happened to the NHS. Politicians getting paid more.
That bar there again as well. NHS, if you're not from the UK, the NHS is our national health system. That's what it stands for. So for instance, you know, like in the US, they got to pay for healthcare physically when they go there. We've got a system called the NHS that allows us not to pay for it up directly. So it's just our healthcare system, and we pay for it through our wages, basically. So it's like we get taxed for that. So we don't directly go there and they're like, oh my God, your bill's like £1,000 for giving birth or something like that. It's all covered underneath this healthcare system that we currently have, which is going into shit because they're not paying our doctors enough. They treated them like shit during COVID when they were out here saving lives. A lot of people quit jobs because of all the propaganda and everything that was going on around it. It's going to shit creek, basically. And sooner or later, we're probably not going to have the NHS. And that's why he's saying soon it's going to be what happened to the NHS. Like, look at the way he's placed these bars and been able to get so much off his chest about the system, so much political views, and orchestrated it in a way like this and put it into such a performative, amazing, like, live thing.
More than teachers, Satan getting praised more than Jesus. Most bad bitches ain't artists, but they still paid for their features.
That bar as well. Most bad bitches ain't artists, but they still paid for the features. This BBL epidemic that we're in right now, I'm gonna spread my opinion. It's not right. And I hope it ends soon. I hope it ends real quick, because the amount of body dysmorphia that we're gonna have, like, in years to come, when your ass is at your knees and when you're like 70 because you can't hold it up no more. Please, I'm not even gonna be no preacher on here. It's hard not to, but this is real talk. It's real talk, man. Like, how have we got here? Anyway.
Weakness coming through the speakers. Sheets is the only reason we were Adidas. And I know women Balenciaga.
Come on, because scankers, they still managed to put in the club.
Satan getting praised more than Jesus. Most bad bitches ain't artists, but they still paid for their features. It's the freakness coming through the speakers. Sheets is the only reason we were Adidas. And I know women Balenciaga anymore. And I said it fashion week probably more.
Yeah, he's a real one, and I don't wear Balenciaga anymore. We know why. Everyone else, do what you want to do, but just know what you're contributing to. Yeah, all them ads, this is what happens in the world as well. One thing might come out online, we get some news about it, we hear about it, in couple of weeks, everyone's gone back to normal. Like, I don't wear Balenci. I didn't own no Balenci anyway. They ain't getting my money ever. Like, a lot of these brands ain't getting my money, because we know what you're about, we know what's going on. But real people that stand for real things and stand for real humanity in this world and go against all the effed up things that are happening in the world, yeah? We salute you.
And I know women Balenciaga anymore. And I said the fashion week probably won't have me seated. Deep in, as a little insight. Deep in, There goes my invite. Freedom.
Deep it as a little inside. Ghetts, man. Real lyricists in the building. Let's go. Listen, I can't get enough of this.
Still paid for the features.
I can't.
It's the realness coming through the speakers. Sheets is the only reason we were Adidas. And I don't wear Balenciaga anymore. And I said that Fashion Week probably won't have me seated. Deep it, there's a little insight. Peep it, there goes my invite. Freedom, no one speaking. That's why I'm an outsider on the inside.
Jeez, peek it. No one's speaking. That's why I'm outside. I'm an outsider on the inside. I was about to call him Ghetto, but I know he's retired that name. He's a big man now. Oh my God, this is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm not even lost for words. I've got so much to say. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this as much as me, and I hope you're enjoying this review right now, because this is the real Re, right? RiStyle's review in the building, yeah? Ain't no other like it.
No one speaking, that's why I'm an outsider on the inside. I got beef with the HMRC. The taxman, Jacksman takes off my pee. I'm looking at
HMRC. We all got beef with HMRC. If you're not from the UK, again, HMRC is our tax people then. HM Revenue, something, HM Revenue and Customs. That's what it stands for. And yeah, I've always wanted to know, does the taxman get taxed? Who taxes the taxman? That's what I would like to know. How can you be told you've got like a 50k salary, but your salary is really like 30k or 40 something k or something like that? 8? How does that make sense? So what, my salary is only just supposed to look pretty for mortgage people and loan lenders and all them people and my credit score? How does that make sense? I'm moving to Dubai. Forget it. Let me go to Dubai for a year, tax-free, and come back. Because, yeah, the taxman Jacksman.
see the taxman, Jacksman takes off my pee. I'm looking at the culture, can't you see? Every time I pay tax, it's hard to.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pyro man, but I can talk about killing and drug dealing. But something like this would probably get shadow banned.
Boop, 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 boop. Did you hear that person? Speak it to the people! Yes! Did you hear that? I done it on point, didn't I? One of the best performances I've seen to date, hands down. One of the absolute best performances, one of the best, amazing, greatest songs I've heard. Like, I don't know how you can go from straight intro, no intro, straight bars from the top to the bottom, speaking about so much political things and still being able to construct it in a style where you're rhyming words and you're putting words there and you're placing it in certain positions and you're still able to make a little, you know, this ain't right now, what's going on in the world, and it's never going to be right. And it's crazy how so much things get overlooked, overshadowed. There's just so much blind spots, so much things being passed underneath our noses, so much distractions, so much things put into the world just to distract us from what's really going on underneath our noses. So having people like Ghetts, who's got a platform to speak on these things, is always refreshing and it's always important. To be able to put it into art form as well and put it into such a artistic performance, a poetic performance. This was some crazy, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this review and I hope you enjoyed this song and I hope you took it in like I took it in, guys.